the London Spitfire. Five and two is a record that they're eyeing off right now, and they've got 2 more games to get there.
You got to beat London now, because later when the meta shifts in their favor, you're not going to be able to get these
snatch up
easier
their
wins
dubs
off
while
of
you
them.
can.
Yeah, but now they're starting to roll, right? So those dubs aren't coming for a lot of these teams going against them.
What are the Shanghai Dragons?
Youngjin coming out the right way today.
That's it.
He issues making it towards the stage.
He knows where to go this time around.
Gamsu's come in, filled in, done a nice job. If the Dragons can get this win, you look that they can get even better going into stage 2.
Anyway, here's your map set brought to you by Toyota. We start on Nepal, then to Kings Row, which is going to be a fascinating matchup. That's where Summer really will get to shine. Critical targets, but it's Spitfire that go for the Transcendence. But Ocean, they're a little bit split up for the time being, but Guard gets a crucial start on towards Gamsu, which makes it hard for the Dragons to push past their own front line. Gegari getting desuited, and it's not been a great start for the Dragons. So Spitfire look to be very much on the same wavelength, which is going to go a long way in these fights. They'll initially start to contest the point, but Prophet will be there to fight Gegari. Luffy and Gaps already go down, and there's been very little shown in all of this round for the Shanghai Dragons. Luffy goes down with his Transcendence. The Dragons could have used that to at least get them in a position to contest.
A lot of close quarter areas. You start swinging the hammer, can do a ton of damage. As the Dragons just put hash right around gesture
forward, trying to start something out or get someone low enough for Prophet to follow up on. He has a Graviton Surge, Prophet, but he's waiting for an opportunity to use it here. Losing Gesture is not ideal, but as Spitfire, they want a bit more. Gesture went for that Earth Shatter there, and Cobra and Gamsu are eaten up post-haste. Oh dear, 94% of the Dragons might have let this map slip away from them entirely. They use a sound barrier to try and get away, but they can't return to the point. That'll be it. First of a full map to 3 stages, but they have to chew on that one and come back from that 2 in just a moment.
The Dragons do a nice job though, pressuring London all the way back into this corner. Now you see DM really charged up. It'll fire off those alternate fires, put down a ton of damage as the Dragons look here to take point A.
That's so clean.
This is how they went with a lot of their fights the other day. Big EMP though from Guard coming back, connecting with all 6.
Yeah, and the timing wasn't quite there.
It's going to swing the damage pretty heavily in DM's favor.
Graviton Surge for the Spitfire. They preempt the Dragons' movements to start up a fight with that ultimate. It pays off quite nicely.
Grab here to Transcendence, yep.
The Dragons grab actually quite close to their own spawn, and it doesn't really give that much value. Prophet does go down. It was a Transcendence used by the Spitfire. Now London are going to be running away as fast as they can. They definitely lost that fight in a landslide. Quickly, the Spitfire managed to touch the point, but that EMP is going to strip away all their defensive abilities. There's still a Graviton Surge used, which makes it harder for the Dragons to get the job done. The Ana switch here from Bidoshin could have been impactful with that Bio Nade, but he is shut down as well. Gamsu's sleeping on the job. Now Luffy's going to come in with a Transcendence, but it's a Graviton Surge thrown at him by the Spitfire. Both teams, they reach for the sound barrier, but it's the Dragons that come out on top. Prophet gets caught out. Guard again, can't do too much of that high ground.
There's the grab early.
Pack straight on into that EMP. Oh, that's nasty!
This is big though. You allow your team to farm up some
crew charge and get some damage set up before the fight starts. Oh, clever Gesture. Turns the shield around, blocks the shadow, gets one of his own. Youngjin and DM knocked to the ground, but he still goes down. Gesture was on an island. He was on his own trying to push forward, but now Fury comes back in on that wrecking ball. Bidoshin giving a lot of healing, but so is Luffy. And Bidoshin and Prophet are run down, ground into dust. Guard just has to abscond quickly, just getting out of there. And an EMP to make sure Fury can't turn into a ball-out escape. What a staunch defense from the Dragons. They're forced to go with a Zarya strategy just to even Graviton Surge. That ain't it, Chief. We'll be back after the halftime show. Bidoshin goes for the Transcendence. A lot of healing for the Spitfire, and they don't have to worry about taking some, some pot shots here and there because they're just going to be topped up.
And Luffy is died all 3 times right away. So we'll see if the Dragons do a better job keeping him alive.
Oh, sound barrier there being used.
Really early.
Bit of a reset in a sense, but now the Dragons are sort of being bundled up together. Now this is the way they like to play, but they're not on the point. And Gamsu going down after Luffy, who again was the first casualty in this fight, again means it's curtains for the Dragons.
But this is the same thing that hurt the Dragons against the Dallas Fuel the other day.
He's trying to lob those right-click, those balls of charged particles. Now he needs to start fighting, but he might get taken down pretty quickly. That just hurts so bad. Fury eats up his grab. The only only chance DM had to redeem his team, go straight down the gurgler. Good lord. Well, the Dragons are still in it. They still have a chance to win a map and take it to map 5 after the break. Getting to the back line, getting free and easy damage, and getting an EMP. Ultimately now, he'll have to take a back seat and wait. We'll see an attempt from Gamsu to try to tip the scales with an Earth Shatter, and it might have just paid off here. Guard has to back right on out. Prophet and Jest haven't gone down with Fury behind. Not getting in on your tanks. That feels bad.
The card's moving.
Yep, slowly, surely. There is a back cap underway right now. The Dragons
They have not a clue.
are getting this one on. The Spitfire have no idea. They're not even looking at the top of their screens. Ding's got to get there. Oh no! I love the Spitfire. Oh god, yeah. Back under their control. They've lost so much time. Or at least they've been pushed in so damn quickly. Prophet goes down early at the start of this fight. The Spitfire hoping to start something up. I don't know if this can be salvaged, man.
And you know, something like that happens, and you lose all confidence.
All right, the Taylor 2 grabs. Both teams use them here. It's like stars orbiting one another, but Ocean is actually the only casualty so far. Look at that clapback on the Earth Shatter from Gamsu. That one really is going to leave a mark on the Spitfire now. The guard can't get out. Didn't have a translocator available. Nuss also gets hacked. Oh, the payload gets home.
Well, let's take a look
Look at this guy.
at this.
He's at the proverbial
Look at
creek,
this.
and he's still paddling. He paddles his way out of it. He's getting home. Run, Forrest. He gets there. Guard drops down to try and stop him, but it's too late. Was he going to hack him? It doesn't stop him from being on the payload. Oh, ding. Okay, gets lasered down there. Guard able to finish him off with a whip shot. Still, Prophet can't save Gesture. His bubble wasn't on cooldown. Thanks so much. And he's down. Chroma can wall right out of this one, or can he? Oh, yeah, he's good. He's good. Is he not? You know, he'd have to go around the long way. It'd take far too long to do that. So he has to play on his own. Gamsu's identified this. And Gesture gets hacked. Oh, dear. The Spitfire now, it's a full-scale rout. The Dragons snapping at their heels. And no one's really able to get to the payload except for Nuss. He gets hacked, so he's really not going to be able to do too much about the onslaught that Ding and Co bring. Prophet is reasonably charged up on the high ground. He goes for a desperate grab, but he's at 1 health, and then he gets cut down. That's overtime. That is an utter disgrace to the Spitfire.
12 Graviton Surge kills. Well, the game 5 right after this quick break. He looks one way, he's got the Pharah, the other way.
Oh, there it is! But Ocean goes down. The Dragons still don't have control of the point.
It's that one scrappy fight where London just stays on the point and takes it back that's made the difference here.
Oh, that was so nasty! It's Ding and Coma trying to get that damage down, but Guard just drops a pulse bomb and then recalls. The whole of the Spitfire is so healthy right now. Gregory gets demeched and Coma's out. Now the Dragons are running out of options in a huge way. London have always had problems with map 5s in the past, but this one's looking pretty good. Guard take it down by a mini diva. Gregory just goes full beast mode there and gets rid of the Tracer. And now the Dragons are coming back into the point. This is absolutely nutty. Prophet tried to go to the 76 to return to the fight. DM's not in a good spot right now. Guard is able to accost him and remove him. Good shot from Prophet. Ding was low already, and now the Spitfire can take control. Oh! Ouch! Coma. Well, heads will roll. If Prophet will have his way, Gamsu able to keep this one alive. He's sitting inside his bubble. He's forced off for the point. He'll have to touch again, or someone else will. There's a Tracy here for DM. He'll be able to keep that overtime going for the time being, at least. Guard went low to a rocket splash damage, but DM eventually gets caught up. He runs face first into one of Bedosian's orbs of destruction, and round 1 goes to the Spitfire.
We'll see a quick replay here of Prophet landing one of these shots. Let's see,
That is very long
filthy.
range. Well, that's why Gesture wants to play the Reinhardt here and stick close. Now, Ding wants the Spitfire to play together because he's doing splash damage with these rockets. Good move here by Fury to chase him down, but Ding's getting killed. That was a biotic. That was the healing from Coma being given to him there. And now the barrage. He doesn't get any kills, but it's enough for Gregory to move in, and she can finish the job. She fights 2, and Ding's back in the fight with a Resurrect. And Bedosian, live Tracer from Prophet. Guard finds Luke. That's the first pick. And that's plenty for the Spitfire to work with now. With Dim having gone down, yeah, there were 2 kills. One will be resurrected, but there's no Widowmaker left for the Dragons.
Now it's going to be used by Guard in return. So everybody can see where everybody's at here on the map.
Oh, Nuss! Well, we went for the Valkyrie, got taken down by Ding, and then Gesture falls. It's a 2-for-2 trade, though, and 2 damage to take it down. Prophet the double bomb on 2 supports. Self-destruct, doesn't fight too much on the outside there. Gregory hoping for more, doesn't get it. Double biotic grenade landed on the Shanghai Dragons, and Gesture sitting on the point with a Discord orb. He is very vulnerable right now, and Coma's safely healing off of that right-hand side. The Dragons got everything they need and more, and we get a map 3. You're way ahead. You can really snowball. Let's have a look at Profit here. So Ding would have been an easy target. No, he's going to sing the Mercy. She goes for the little ring.
He flies right up.
That happens. We see this happen all the time. The Dragons now in the driver's seat. Dusty goes down though. Spitfire in numbers with the Graviton Surge laid down. Gregory and DM are going to be struggling here, and the Spitfire let the Dragons have a taste of glory. He's forced to step back. Here's the Graviton Surge now for the Spitfire. What can they do with a gesture knocked to the ground? Self-destruct, no combo there. Gamsu takes guard. That's what the Dragons were looking for here. Gesture going down now, and it's just Luffy left on the point. Now it's going to be a Transcendence here as the Spitfire try and push back, but Nuss is charged, pinned up against the wall. The Transcendence from Bedosian is enough to keep him alive. Both brigades are traded out here. 85% on the clock for the Shanghai Dragons, and the Spitfire are in disarray.
And with the way this fight's going, with players still lingering around here for London, this very well may be the last fight. There's a big grab there that comes in from DM. You just have Nuss being able to get on the point.
Already a couple players and just the one left. Nuss was the last chance for the Spitfire. There's no way they're getting to this point. A celebratory earth shatter from Gamsu, and in map 5, the Dragons take it. Here's what the standings look like now. The Spitfire slide to 10th at 3 wins and 3 losses with a -1 map differential. Now we know the Dragons are numerically eliminated. They know that as well, but they might have put the Spitfire in just as rough a position and have opened up an opportunity for a couple of other teams to sneak in. You can see not many teams have those red or green tags next to them, and those teams, their fates have not yet been decided.
Yeah, I mean, the Outlaws still lingering right there as well. 3 and 3, only -1. It's going to come down to the wire. Like, some of these final games with map count are going to determine who makes